All right, so before you get into this video, I want you first to stop and ask yourself, what do I really need from this video? I know that whenever you're going to how-to videos, you're gonna go on to the actual topic that you need. But before you go there, let me first explain to you a few things, and then from there you can do whatever you want. But first, let me just set the foundation. So this video, we're gonna talk about cryptocurrency and what they've told you, and if it's wrong or right, and how you can actually make money from it, okay? So first of all, we have to determine what exactly is money. So money is actually two things. It's an exchange of value, and it's actually also a storage of value, okay? So you exchange it for goods. We used to use the barter system, which was extremely inefficient because you just had to use the resources lying around. If you wanted to go to someone and you wanted grapes, all you had was fish. That guy didn't want fish. He wanted anything else but fish, or he just wanted, I don't know, rocks, minerals, something like that. You didn't have that resource, you couldn't trade. You don't get the grapes, maybe you needed the grapes to survive the winter, you died at the end. Now, the inherent value that comes from it is its scarcity, right? So the reason why we actually made money in the first place was we found a scarce resource that we couldn't really replicate, or the few that could had control of it. So we were able to do that by backing the asset. So our first method of currency was asset backed. Okay. So what is this? This is usually precious metals. As we go back in history, this is why video games have copper, silver, platinum, all that stuff. Gold is a rare resource. It was mined, it was minted, and it was given out as currency in exchange for services, labor, and stuff like that. As we come to today, we have something called fiat currency. A fiat currency is something that is not tied to anything. So who makes the fiat currency? Well, in the West, this is the Federal Reserve and most other capitalistic countries, okay? So what the Federal Reserve does is it takes its numbers in the book, it writes down the numbers in the book, and then it does something called fractional reserve banking. So, if it gives a bank $1,000, it has to keep 10% of that. It loans out the other 900. Then it goes on to another bank, or it goes on to another financial institution, and that's what promotes money flow in the society. This is also kept by inflation. You can't deflate, you have to inflate. If you deflate the currency, it becomes more attractive to save your money rather than spend it. I know what they tell you, pay your taxes and all that stuff, but in terms of the actual net imports, net exports, so the actual GDP of the economy, it's done by different things. And the number one thing is consumer spending. If the consumers are spending, giving it back to the businesses, which is giving it back to the government in a way, then it can sustain itself. And this is why you're seeing now a lot of inflation going up. If it keeps inflating, your wages aren't going up. You need to go look for more ways to gain more money, or to save your money, right? And obviously it's way better to make more money than it is to save, because sometimes you can only save a few things, right? You need food, you need clothes, you need water, you need the essentials, you need gas, right? You see the price of gas going up. So what a fiat currency does is it moves up and down. There's an unlimited supply of it, and in very short-term scenarios, sometimes they print a lot of it. You've heard the term printing money. The Federal Reserve prints a lot of it. It raises the rates in order to combat the inflation, but it prints a lot of it so we can get the money into circulation to pay for certain things when prices go up. Okay, so now what cryptocurrency is it's a decentralized, ideally decentralized asset in which peers have the ability of trading it back and forth with each other without the need of the government getting involved, Federal Reserve, or a large institution. Of course, this means that most of them do not want you to do this. So that's why a lot of, the SEC, for example, does not allow you to trade cryptocurrency on the secondary market, the established financial markets, because then they're not able to regulate it. They can't get the income. They say it's due diligence and stuff like that. Really, okay, fine. It does attract money launderers and stuff like that, but most of the time it just wants you to control people in terms of getting the money back into the system. Now, cryptocurrency, there's many other projects in there, but at its core, it's between a fiat and an asset-backed security. So, for example, Bitcoin, there's a finite amount of Bitcoin. obviously it's going to keep going up indefinitely, because if they never release any more, or maybe they'll release in very long future, then the price is going to keep going up. Now, the problem is, because it's decentralized, which means that it's peer-to-peer, the transactions are sent throughout each other. We'll talk about a blockchain in another video, because blockchain is completely separate. The blockchain technology is where the cryptocurrency was its proving ground, but the blockchain is much larger than that. What crypto does is you're able to hold and store your value, and then for places that accept it, it's also a trade of value as well. So because we have given it meaning, it is now a rare, scarce resource that we're able to trade, right? That's why, Ethereum came into play, all these cryptos into play to get a piece of that pie, so they don't let Bitcoin be the only one. Some do it quicker, some do it better, some just want a piece of the pie that for people that don't want to get into Bitcoin. Bitcoin largely is kind of centralized as well, which means that you can trade it in certain exchange-traded funds. You can trade it on more established markets, but there are other projects. For example, Ethereum does not want it to be centralized at all, right? So you have that peer-to-peer transaction limit. So why everyone kind of wants to sell you these crypto, the buzz around crypto, or invest all your assets in crypto. Yes, but do it with a grain of salt. Now, the reason why everyone wants you to go into crypto is because they fear, the government and stuff like that. The problem is, if you know just a little bit about crypto, or just a little about the markets, you've probably been following that the cryptocurrency crash happened alongside the fiat market crash, the secondary market crash, whatever you want to call it. So what that means is it's still tied to the macroeconomic events of the planet, of the globe, of the economy, and stuff like that. It's not fully decentralized yet. Now, there is the upcoming Web 3.0 launch, the metaverse. You've heard about the metaverse, probably from Mark Zuckerberg. If you're in this space, you know about it. You know about the merge, the surge, all these Ethereum projects. What this will be, it will revolutionize the way that we spend currency. Obviously not right away. There's going to be quick adapters. There's going to be people that go in late, laggards, right? So go into it, do your research. Obviously, find projects that you like. Obviously, if you have the wherewithal, you can put a little bit into it. You can go the extreme other way. Obviously, it's a good idea to go and look at different kind of currencies that you can spread across, but you can also do that with fiat currency as well, right? So normally the globe uses USD as a benchmark, but who knows for how long that will last. Euro's pretty strong, pound's pretty strong. You have the strongest currencies, actually the Kuwaiti dinar. Dinar, sorry for the mispronunciation. I've never seen it quoted as often as the other ones. Okay, so if you want to be safe from a market crash, you can't be kind of off the grid. You have to be on multiple different grids. You have to have multiple bank accounts. You have to have multiple currencies that you're going into if you feel like a crash is going to happen. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just kind of how cryptocurrency works. If you want to join a community of like-minded professionals, I'm opening up a Discord. You can comment down below or message me and let me know if you want to join. And we talk about wealth creation, income strategies, and investments. All right. Well, I hope that clears it up for you. If you guys want any more information, let me know in the comments, or another video explaining in detail. And have yourselves a great day.